So we have a guest speaker who's an expert in tackling Naxalism, Mr. Prasanna, who's an IAS officer of Chhattisgarh cadre and who's currently the Secretary for Women and Child Development and also Cooperative Department. Mr. Prasanna is from Tamil Nadu and he studied engineering. After completing his engineering from Bardiyar University, he thought he should serve the nation. So he wrote the civil service examination and got into Indian Administrative Service of 2004 batch. Once he joined Chhattisgarh, from day one, whichever post he held, he made lot of difference. He had been the collector of notorious district, notorious for Naxalism, districts like Dantewada. Now, he has launched several schemes. He launched the supplementary nutrition for TB patients. That was the country's first. And because of that, the government of India implemented that scheme across the country. He has launched also one two-wheeler ambulance scheme. Why? For pregnant women of remote areas of Chhattisgarh, so they cannot have the normal ambulance because of the transportation constraint. So this two-wheeler ambulance scheme was also launched by him. He has won several awards, say Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration, Prime Minister's Award for MNREGS, Vice President Award for National Literacy Mission. He has written articles which has been published in American Journal for Infection Control. He also launched the popular scheme called Fulwari Project for malnutrition. And the Chhattisgarh CM was impressed and it was implemented across the different districts of Chhattisgarh. So today we have a guest who is a specialist and who has also spent a lot of years in the Naxal affected districts of Chhattisgarh. So my first question to you is, how was your feel when Chhattisgarh you were allocated?
Actually, when Chhattisgarh was allocated, I didn't know much about Chhattisgarh except for certain preparations for UPSC exam. Otherwise, I didn't have much idea about Chhattisgarh. But the good news was that in my batch of 5 people who came to Chhattisgarh, 4 of us were from Tamil Nadu. So we had a very good company. So that was a very good thing to know at that time.
Okay, so once you knew the reality that Chhattisgarh is one of the hot zones, how did you feel?
When I landed up in Labasna during my training days, we came to know a lot about Chhattisgarh. Few of the speakers or the officers who had very good memories about Chhattisgarh, especially the Bastar and the tribal life. And there are a lot of romantic stories also about the tribal way of life and the Bastar area. So it was very heartening to know this good positive stories and about the life and culture of the Bastar area. But there were other stories also like the Naxalism, especially our Bastar areas bordering Andhra Pradesh, which was the hotbed of Naxalism. And we had lots of stories about Naxal activity also in these areas. So it was a mixed feeling when we came to know about Chhattisgarh. And when my training district was announced and it was Bastar, it was heartening to know that I am going to one of the most romanticized place, but at the same time, it is one of the most hotbed of Naxalism. So I went with a very mixed feeling to know what is going to happen there.
Okay, so generally we hear outside that Chhattisgarh, when the collectors or SPs and all, they cannot move in their vehicles because of this mine blast and all, landmine and all, and they have to go in public bus. Is it true?
When we were also in Labasna and also in Delhi, we were of the feeling that when we land up in, say, Chhattisgarh airport or just get out of the railway station, there will be Naxalites waiting for us. So I also landed in Chhattisgarh with the same feelings, but there was nothing like that. And we reached my district Bastar very safely and very happily also. And the very next day of my landing in my district, my collector took me to another remote place called as Narayanpur. So on the way back, on the way to Narayanpur, I was always thinking that when there will be an Naxalite attack, when there is going to be a bomb blast. But again, nothing like that happened and we all went safe and we came back very safely. Then later, I started interacting with the local staffs and using my local staffs and also some of the local people there. I traveled a lot inside the Bastar in different parts of the areas into the deep jungles also. Then this developed confidence in me, and nothing like that as projected in the media outside happens in Chhattisgarh. But yes, definitely there is an Naxalite problem, landmine issues are not, but generally it is for the police and the paramilitary forces, and no problem for civil administration or the general public in general.
No, you are one of the popular officers in Chhattisgarh. Now, what is that style you adopted? How you went inside? Because always we have a fear. In fact, in your 1 year junior to you, one officer was abducted also, one IAS officer. But how you could go through that difficult terrains and all?
So initially, when I joined Bastar, since there were lots of misconceptions also about Bastar, so I took help of the local people there, especially those who are from that area only. And I used to travel with them in even two-wheeler bikes into deep jungles, and I used to sit and interact with the people there, try to understand the culture, because their culture was entirely different from the culture from which I came from. So it was just understanding the people's culture, the way they think and what they think about the government and the society outside. And this interaction with not only the local people but also with the local staff, the local media, helped me to build confidence among the different people. And also there is a place called as Abujamad area, which is still one of the unsurveyed area and very hotbed of Naxal activities. I used to go there also inside, sometimes walking many kilometers also. So when even maybe the front end of the Naxals also came to know that I am interact with lots of people and I'm taking the extra care to go and meet people and try to solve their issues, they never try to create any problems for us.
So the strategy you say is better meet out people, meet out the local, and try to help them out. Then the Naxals will be against.
Yes, that is very, very important, because when you go to a new place, it is very important to have that connect with the local people, because even because I have spent almost 5 years in Bastar area, even their body language will convey the message what they intend to convey, so that we'll be able to pick up the points. Because I have even seen bomb blast also, I have seen Naxalite movements also. But many of the times it is not a hurt or something like that. It is just to send a signal. But the people will be always with you if they know that you are for them.
So the strategy you adopted was meeting the local people, talking to them, giving them a comfort, so that Naxals will also think twice before they attack someone like you. Okay. Now, you are from Tamil Nadu, who, when you entered Labasna, you were knowing only 2 languages, I think. One was English, another was Tamil. Whereas Chhattisgarh, you should have talked in Hindi, and especially in local belts, there may be different dialects also. How you managed learning the language?
So when I landed up in Bastar, I know only English, and the people there knew only Hindi. So even communication between myself and my staffs, including the senior deputy collectors, also was very difficult. And when I go to the villages, they speak some other language like Gondi, Halbi, etc. So to interact with them, generally we used to have 2 translators. One first I used to tell in English, which will be translated in Hindi, then to Gondi, so that we will be able to communicate. But fortunately, there were some Tamil families also in Bastar area. So for my informal visits, I used to take them who knew Tamil and also the local Gondi language. So they were able to easily translate for me during my initial years. But later, once I learned some Hindi, then it was easy for me to communicate. At least my staffs, I could communicate in Hindi and they would communicate in Godi and get the feedback and communicate to me.
Okay, some of your recommendations were accepted by the Union Home Ministry for tackling left-wing extremism to cure those whatever problems. Now, what were those recommendations? Can you share with us?
When I joined in Bastar as CEO Zilla Parishad and also as district collector in Bijapur district, which is part of Bastar division, there are lots of problems in taking up the developmental activities, especially due to Forest Conservation Act, and also some of the rules and the schemes which are designed keeping the entire country in mind, which were not practically feasible in these tribal areas. So, for example, because of Forest Conservation Act, even a small school building or an Anganwadi building couldn't be constructed. So we took up with Government of India, because of which up to 1 hectare of land for certain activities like, say, school building, education institutions, hospitals, etc. There was no need for Forest Conservation Act permission. And also PMJSY norms are too stringent. Relaxation were given to that. A new scheme called as IAP was introduced, so that it had lots of funds given to the district administration, where the SP, collector, and DFO could decide the usage of funds, which can be used for filling the certain gaps in the existing schemes. Even at the state level, many of the recruitments and criteria were relaxed. So that this helped us to take developmental activities much faster, as more than 80 to 90% area of the district were under forest cover.